I never got the impression that Obama loved America. He was from this place and that place, and do we really know where he was from?
Obama hasn't held office since 2016. And he still keeps MAGA up at night.
Girl, the only one Obama's keeping up at night is Big Mike.
So why is Obama meeting with the Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney? Is he like a foreign diplomat, or why? Why is he there? He's retired, isn't he? But lately, he seems to be everywhere. He's like in every election that you see. If someone's redistricting, he's in that. The Virginia election, he endorsed Spamberger. He went and told everybody to vote yes to redistricting. He endorsed Katie Porter for governor of California. He's endorsing all the communists, by the way. And now this week he was in Canada meeting with this other communist globalist. The banker from London that didn't even live in Canada until recently, and he somehow became the Prime Minister of Canada. I even heard that he was paid to be a consultant during the Biden administration, and he was being paid like $2 million or something like that. And that allegedly he even had his own little office in Congress or the Capitol or the White House or something like that. That's allegedly. But why can't he just go away? Ask yourself. Was he handling the auto pen by any chance? Because we all know Joe wasn't governing. I mean, he wasn't even all the way up there. I mean, who was in charge, really?
Y'all want to know why they hate Obama so much? Watch this.
You have a power to stop deportation for all of that.
Actually, I don't. And that's why we're here.
I need your help.
Okay.
Stop deportation! Stop deportation!
Thank you. All right.
Stop deportation!
What I'd like to do... No, don't worry about it, guys. Okay, let me finish. Let me... How about... These guys don't need to go. Let me finish. I respect the passion of these young people because they feel deeply about the concerns for their families. Now, what you need to know when I'm speaking as President of the United States and I come to this community is that if, in fact, I could solve all these problems without passing laws in Congress, then I would do so. But we're also a nation of laws. That's part of our tradition. And so the easy way out is to try to yell and pretend like I can do something by violating our laws. And what I'm proposing is the harder path, which is to use our democratic processes to achieve the same goal that you want to achieve. But it won't be as easy as just shouting. It requires us lobbying and getting it done. So for those of you who are committed to getting this done, I am going to march with you and fight with you every step of the way to make sure that we are welcoming every striving, hard-working immigrant who sees America the same way we do. As a country where no matter who you are or what you look like or where you come from, you can make it if you try. And if you're serious about making that happen, then I'm ready to work with you. But it is going to require work. It is not simply a matter of us just saying we're going to violate the law. That's not our tradition. But the great thing about this country is we have this wonderful process of democracy, and sometimes it is messy and sometimes it is hard. But ultimately, justice and truth win out. That's always been the case in this country. That's going to continue to be the case today.
They know they could never. They know they could never. And that's why they hate him. That's why he is so far under their skin. And it's I hate to say unfortunate, but it's kind of unfortunate that he did follow the law and follow the process, because the other people hated him for doing that. If he would have broke the law and not followed the rules or whatever the case may be, this would have been a completely different conversation. But Republicans hate him because they cannot be him.
People do not understand that Obamacare created this awful thing for healthcare. Obamacare created these prices and premiums to where they are, and a lot of people don't understand that. I had a patient
Well, actually, I had a doctor yesterday tell another doctor that Obamacare is why medication prices are the way they are. Because the companies didn't follow through with what they should have, and our government didn't follow through with what they should have, so here we are. A downward spiral to where U.S. citizens or Americans are not able to afford medications that they need. Hearing a doctor say that to another doctor, I was in complete shock. Complete and utter shock. But people don't think about it that way. Obamacare is what started a lot of this insurance and medication and all of this issues that we're having, and it's going to continue until our current government, people that we put in office, the ones we vote to be there, honestly do what is best for us. Until that is done, we're going to keep being in the situation we're in. We're going to keep having patients and people that cannot afford their medications that they need, whether it be to see, whether it be for their diabetes, no matter what the case is. And people need to understand that. It's not Trump. It's not the people that are currently there. The people that are currently there are the ones that are trying to fix it. And I just pray they can, because otherwise it's just going to get worse.
How do you distinguish between when God chooses people and the devil chooses people?
For example, Obama was the president because of the devil. Does that make sense?
And how do you know that?
Did you see all the bad things that Obama did when he was the president?
Oh, so if the president does bad things, then the devil picked them. So when Donald Trump refused to abide by court order and feeding.
So, do you remember when Obama?
Okay.
First of all, he wore a helmet. That's lame. Then
he wore a helmet. What do you mean?
Do you remember when he was riding a bike and he wore a helmet?
Okay. So Obama rode a bike.
But that's just
safely.
like a loser. Like, first of all, when I was at school, obviously I was like, I was cool, and when I would ride bikes, I never wore a helmet. Even when I hit my head, it didn't matter because I'm a Christian.
What?
Okay, so I'm guessing you wore a helmet then.
I wore a helmet. I did, Leo.
Do you support Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act?
Affordable Care Act.
And why is that?
Well, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Obama, so I don't support him in the Obama things that he's got going on. I'm actually really excited for President-elect Donald Trump, so.
Right. So you don't like anything Obama does, and you prefer the Affordable Care Act?
Absolutely.
Do you support Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act?
I support Obamacare.
So if you were a senator and you could vote today, you would vote to keep Obamacare instead of the Affordable Care Act?
Yes.
Do you support Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act?
I guess the Affordable Care Act.
And why do you prefer the Affordable Care Act over Obamacare?
I'm not really sure. My girlfriend supports Trump, so I go with whatever she says.
What is the main difference between Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act?
One is you pay, and then the other one is Obama pays for you.
Right, Obama pays, pretty big difference.
Pretty big difference.
I believe that Obamacare, the premiums are too high, so people are end up paying more.
Right.
So I believe in the Affordable Care Act.
And so the Affordable Care Act is more affordable than Obamacare?
Right, correct.
Right.
Which is obvious based on the name.
It's in the name, right.
Right.
Why do you like the Affordable Care Act more than Obamacare?
Because I don't like Obama.
But you like the Affordable Care Act?
Yeah.
What if I told you Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act are the same thing?
I absolutely love that my president, 44, Barack Hussein Obama, gives President Trump such fits. I love it. It's the one part about the Trump presidency that brings me so much goddamn joy. You know why? Because he knows that Barack is 10 times the man he'll ever be, and it bothers him. And deep down inside America, you know it too. If you look at my office, you see all these constant references to chess. I love the game. I love the idea of watching how someone moves, watching how long they study the board, watching their actions when they're moving a man, and then countering that to the point where you push him or her into a corner and they can't move. This is what Trump's weak ass has done to himself when it comes to Barack Obama. So you call yourself wanting to investigate him right now. Who gives a fuck? You're the one, President Trump, who made it so that sitting presidents are not accountable for their actions as long as their decisions were made as an official act. So the fuck what? Let's just say you do find something. Good for the goose, good for the gander. You're the same knucklehead who came in talking that bullshit about I want another 4 years. Why should I have to leave? Why should I have to leave? And what did you hear people saying in the background? Obama. Yeah, no term limits? Cool. We want 44 back. God damn. I knew they were going to do that. They like him. They love him. He's got swag. He's got a jump shot. He's everything I'm not. And you know what, President Trump? You are fucking right. You are not an iota of the man that Barack Hussein Obama is. You don't have to like his policies. You don't sit into the White House. You don't sit in the White House for 8 years, scandal free, baby mama free, prostitute free, money laundering free. For 8 years, no daughters trying to ditch Secret Service like George W.'s daughters was. No wife out here trying to run for her own office and everything while she's sitting next to her husband, trying to advertise for herself. It was a family in good and decent order. A disciplined, respectful family. And what bothered America so much is that they were black. What bothers Trump so much is that he was black. And it's actually news to some of y'all. Oh, they might get divorced. That's fucking news to you. Your president was pissed off by a porn actress and he paid for it. And it's news that Barack and Michelle might be getting a little weary after all of these years. Your president was convicted of sexual assault on how many counts? And it's news to you that Barack and Michelle might be at a rough patch in their long-term marriage. You got pictures of your first lady on the fucking internet, butt-ass naked. But you mad because Michelle Obama got chiseled arms. She looks like a man. She's loyal to her fucking husband. She's loyal to her family. And she lives that way. You would prefer some chick naked who visibly, obviously cannot fucking stand her husband than to this dignified woman of color. And that is what really bothers America about the Obamas. You got the Obamas and you got the Trumps. It is the complete and polar opposite of one another. You lowered the bar so low to get what you wanted from America. America, as George W. would say. You look at all that Barack Obama is. Take your political leanings out of it. Fuck if you vote Republican. Fuck it if you vote Democrat. Take all politics out of it. We just looking at two men. You can't tell me that you don't know in the depths of your soul that this man is sitting in office is petty, childish, and full of shit. He has literally reduced the office to, I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? If you've ever seen Chris Rock's movie, Head of State, you see that knucklehead he ran against in that movie? If you haven't, go rent the movie. So you can watch as a Trump supporter how fucking stupid you look right now. Go rent that movie. This is the guy on the movie, and we laughed when he said it because it sounded like hyperbole. This is the guy on the movie that would end all of his speeches with God bless America and no place else, and we would laugh. That's Trump. This is the guy who lined his people up after he lost the election and was punching all of them in the face one by one because he didn't like it. Didn't your immature guy just fire the fucking Secretary of Labor because he didn't like the labor report? That's how the fuck leadership works. This is the guy who, again, coined the phrase, I know you are, but what am I? You have elected the biggest man baby in human history. The most immature politician, let alone president. And here's what's funny about karma. Is that for you farmers who don the Make America Great cap. Make America great. It's all about and we shutting down the tariffs. And I'm watching these reports. And these farmers are like, shit. One farmer actually felt bad for you. Like, man, I voted for my own demise. I trusted this dude. I don't know why. Best indicator of future behavior is past behavior. I trusted this dude, he was saying. And here I am now in this generational farm, and I'm going out of business. I can't afford the livestock. I can't afford anything that I need. I got workers scared to come to work over ICE. He has fucked my whole operation up. Yeah. You trusted him. You overlooked everything that says, one, this is a dumbass. He's not a good businessman. You know that. Follow the I don't even outline his shit no more because it's out there in public view in so many different ways. He is a dumbass businessman. He cannot be trusted. There's only one or two people that he would never turn his back on, that probably just one, that being Ivanka. Even his sons know they'll be on the menu if they turn their back long enough. Every other person that's been involved with this dude has gone to jail, lost the practice, something. What about this man, other than the fact that he was fucking white, made you think that he could be trusted? And what about Barack Obama, other than the fact that he's black, that makes you believe he doesn't or he can't be, based on his past performance? And so the farmer donned the cap, and now all of a sudden he's like, damn, I got regret, as many farmers across the country do. You got the Latino population. I don't know what the fuck that was about. We were all saying that, like, if you hear what he's talking about doing in the Latino population across the country, why are you voting for? Oh, no, Trump's not talking about me. He's not talking about, yes, the fuck he was talking about you. Not only is he putting people in jail, not only is he built more ICE facilities, he's putting people in there and exporting people or shipping people out of the country that are U.S. citizens, and they're not even checking. These folks is raiding schools, churches. One place I want to say it was Texas. They bum rushed the damn graduation of the elementary school in a Latino neighborhood. That's what the fuck you voted for? But he showed you that's who he was. Barack Obama, complete opposite of that. But it's the black man. That's all right. That's my president. I'll take him. But it's the black man. Then you got all these federal workers. Yeah, these people on welfare, they ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. They pull themselves up by the bootstraps and get a job and blah, blah, blah. Only for him to give his partner the reins for the DOJ and for him to look at you in those federal jobs and say, you know, you guys are a bunch of waste. You're wasteful spending, so that he can get all the money he can get for his contracts. You see how that works? It's rich ass white men and there's the rest of us. And if you ain't rich as hell and you white, you're in the category of the rest of us. Hadn't figured it out yet. Now a lot of y'all are out of jobs. Damn, I've been working this federal job for how many years? Yes, you think they gave a fuck? You don't have enough money. Even Elon Musk at some point was like, damn, dude, can you just follow the script? I'm working this thing for you. My man Peter Thiel worked this thing for your vice president. We gave you the presidency. Now you want to enact policies to come back and bite us in the ass? God damn. And you see publicly his entire ire, his frustration spilled over. This dude can't follow the script. Even with this Jeffrey Epstein situation, they got Kash Patel all on video talking about the Epstein files need to be released. They got Dan Bongino all on video in the past. These files need to be released. This is about the elites. These are all your people, Trump. And now you got them covering the shit up and they're in the background like, God damn, this motherfucker. You cannot win. You know why? Because he is not a man of character. He's not a man of his word. He is not a man with true ambitions other than for him and his immediate family. He is not to be trusted. Barack Hussein Obama was concerned about the American people, all the American people. Hell, some black folks wish he would have went harder for black folks the way Donald Trump does for racist white folks. He didn't, because he was all of America's presidents. So at the end of the day, you can say what you want. Trump hates Obama for all the right reasons, because he knows deep down in his heart he will never fucking be half the man that Barack Hussein Obama is. You can take that shit to the bank. And what stings is you all fucking know it.
So guys, that is white people for you. And you know, those people that are complaining about former President Barack Obama are actually supporters of President Trump. And they are speaking the way that they are speaking because they are unable to fit into the shoe that President Obama did, you know. President Obama, he set the bar too high, and President Trump has been unable to. He is always unable to fit into that shoe. And instead of just, you know, trying to learn from President Obama and trying to figure out how this guy made America a wonderful place, how he managed to be respected that much, how he managed to be loved by so many people across the continent, across the whole world. Instead of paying attention to the things, the good things that President Obama did at the time, Trump is unable to do that. He's unable to learn, and he's unwilling to learn. Instead of doing that, he chooses to just hate, and his supporters are doing very much the same thing, choosing to be on the hateful side and, trying to poke holes on everything that Obama did. And we keep saying here that we are well aware that President Obama was not the best president in the world. He did not do things perfect for everyone. There are times when you're in leadership, you have to, break the hearts of some people if you are to save the majority, yeah? So we do agree that he was not all that. He was not perfect. And there's no perfect person, so to say. So the only thing is President Obama was good at what he was doing. He was a very presidential president, and the whole world agrees to that. Everyone that knows President Obama knows that he was very, very, very extremely presidential in the manner in which he carried himself, in how he spoke to people, how he related to the people of America, how he related to even the people outside of America. He's very respectful in the way that he speaks to people. It doesn't matter if he is above you or not. He will give you the respect, utmost respect that you need just by being a human being, yeah? He loved people, he loved children. And if there's one thing that touched the hearts of many people about President Obama, then it has to be his love for children. President Obama knew how to talk to children. If you watched his interviews on the Ellen Show, for example, the Steve Harvey Show, and so on, you realize that he was very, affectionate. He loved children. He loved to impact their lives, and he loved to, mentor them. And that is really what a leader should be doing, yeah? Making sure that the generations to come are learning something positive about you and making the world a better place tomorrow. Now, those are some of the things that President Trump needs to be learning and, taking notes about, and making sure that he also tries to do some of these things. Now, instead of doing the work, that is where you bring in inner work. Instead of doing inner work and making sure that he learns a thing or two about addressing people, what to say, what not to say, because you are the president, there are some things that you will just swallow and not react to. You will not be waking up any time of the night and posting a few things that are hateful to someone else, especially, for example, in this case, President Obama. You have all seen the case recently where he woke up in the middle of the night and made a lot of posts about President Obama and how he thinks Obama was not all that and he didn't do so much for America. And, that is an easy way to say you hate someone and you're jealous of them. That is not even hate per se, it's just jealousy that you have been unable to beat this person at their game, and every time you try to poke holes in the things that they have done, you actually get yourself in a worse position. He tried that with the with the Iran government, and when they told him that they're not going to have negotiations with him, and instead they said loudly that they're only going to talk to the goat, who is in this case former President Barack Obama. And that is very annoying. He was unable to even stomach that. So there's a lot of things that are going wrong with him, and it's just really from a point of hate. Trying to beat, you're trying to fight someone that is not even fighting you. Former President Barack Obama has no business trying to interfere with what Trump is doing. So the only problem is that Trump thinks anytime and any place that Obama is, the issue is him. No, Obama is doing his own things. He's visiting countries. He's offering his services to the people that need it. And it has nothing to do with the US government. It has nothing to do with President Trump. So it's not like they're battling. It's not like they're trying to fight for a position. President Obama was there for 2 terms, and he completed his work perfectly. He was happy, people were happy, you know, he did his best at what he was doing, and people can only afford to say thank you, and that's all. Now, instead of Trump doing that and, you know, just making sure that he leaves a legacy that people will remember him for, he's trying to just poke holes and do things that are crazy, sometimes very dramatic. You don't just come out as the president and try to post a lot of things. You know, sometimes I think some battles are just not to be fought, and you do not have to win every war in your life. Some of these things, you look at the position that you hold, you being the first family, you being the president of a country as big as the United States, you have to be very wise when you're doing your things. You have to be very sure about what you're saying. You know, you need to have advisors, people to talk to you about these things, so that you're not embarrassing yourself out here every now and then with things that were very much avoidable. So yeah, that is the fight between them. We have also seen a video in the past where President Trump talked about, you know, he was trying to think of a way in which he can buy a third term, and that is by tampering with the constitution as it is currently and making sure that there is a gap for that so that he can buy a third term. Now, what people were saying about that is that what he is not paying attention to is the fact that if he vies for the third term, then that makes President Obama eligible as well. And I do not know what plan he has to curb that, because if he's going in for a third term and against President Obama, then that is going to be really some good news. Yeah. So yeah, him being eligible is equal to former President Barack Obama being eligible as well. So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. I know you have your thoughts, comments. Maybe you like the video, maybe you don't. Kindly consider leaving that in the comment section. Let's know what you think about this. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, if you're new here and you're watching me for the first time, my name is Furaha, and I'm from Kenya, Africa. And yeah, if you like this kind of video, you can go to my playlist, watch the videos that are in there. And if you like them a little bit more, you can consider subscribing to my channel and be part of this wonderful family. Returning subscribers, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. I keep seeing you around, and I'm happy that you keep dropping by to see what I have for you. And I also hope that you're keeping safe wherever you are watching me from. And I will see you on my next video. So bye for now.